Before this video begins, I'd like to state that 62% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. As an avid supporter of the Halo clan community and Halo in general, be sure to subscribe to my channel to let the clan community be known. Also, go subscribe and hit those notifications to know when I upload. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. How's it going, guys? My name is DividableHalo HD. Welcome back to another YouTuber interview. Today I am joined by KevinKoolx.
How's it going, everybody? Glad to be part of the show today.
Oh yeah. So if you guys don't know, me and Kevin have gone way back since the Halo Zone, and recently I decided I wanted to bring back the YouTuber interview. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it with my buddy Kevin here. So are you stoked?
I am stoked. Not very. So I spent so much time giving information about things without really putting too much opinion into things. Now you get just to know me a little bit better, I guess. You know, it's gonna be interesting. It might be a little too revealing, but I have to get comfortable with it, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I mean, yeah, we got some nice pictures to show later on. No, they spice it all up.
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, no, if you guys don't know, this interview series was done about a few years back with a couple of YouTubers like Luke the Notable, Hidden Xperia, Halo Cannon, and all of them. But I decided to change up the format to the interview series that you're seeing right now. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, Kevin, first question I have for you, man. When and how long have you been playing Halo?
I have been playing Halo since December 24th of 2001. Basically, that year, I remember telling my my dad, he asked me for what I wanted for Christmas. I was like, I want the new Xbox. I mean, I didn't know anything about I didn't know about any games or anything that are going to be on the platform or anything. I just knew I wanted the console because it was like the new gaming console, and I was like, what, like 13 at the time, something like 14, something like that. And then, lo and behold, Christmas Eve comes around, and I spent Christmas Eve with my dad and the Christmas morning with my mom. And then I got the new Xbox, and I was super excited about that. And it came with Halo. So the first thing I did was just, pop in Halo CE, split screen with my brother, playing some campaign, and kind of the rest is history. Because it's kind of funny because my dad just knew I wanted the Xbox, but then he asked the employee at whatever store he bought the thing at. He's like, what's the game I need to get for this one? The guy goes, oh, you got to get Halo. And then if it wasn't for that store clerk, I don't know, maybe I want to be playing Halo to this day. You never know. I'd be playing Fusion Frenzy or something instead. Yeah. But yeah, kind of a. And yeah, I just think of that little moment right there, how that could have just changed my gaming habits for so many years afterwards. But I probably would have came across Halo Combat Evolved anyway, just because everybody was playing that game back then.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then with the progression of Halo 2, Halo 3, I'm sure just improved your overall Halo experience.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so the next big question is, what inspired you to first start making YouTube videos?
Well, see, I started watching YouTube videos, pretty much ever since the platform came around. But when I kind of started watching it more as a source of entertainment rather than just watching random viral videos, probably 2008-ish, something like 2007 maybe, or something like that. And then I came across gaming commentary videos, mainly through the Machinima channel, because I really liked watching Machinimas back in the day. And that's how I had to catch up with watching Red versus Blue. Oh god, there was this one machinima that used Counter-Strike characters. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was a really good, well done machinima back in the day. But then, so I subscribed, I ended up finding the machinima channel, rest in peace. And then the first commentary I ever saw was from Hutch back in like 2008, I want to say it was. When he did like a commentary of like how to play domination of Call of Duty for Call of Duty 4. And I was like, whoa, this is actually super insightful and like really cool to listen into. And like I learned a lot about the game from just doing this one thing or watching this one video, you know? And so then obviously I was a college student at the time, so I didn't have any money for any kind of hardware or anything. But then I started making YouTube videos with a channel called Your Top 5 Plays, where basically I would just download clips to my computer, edit them out, you know, 5 plays, do a commentary over it and call it good, because that was like popular at the time to do like highlight play videos and stuff. And got some traction on it, not so much really. But it was kind of interesting. I was using like Windows Movie Maker to edit my videos, and then I used like a $10 microphone I found at a store somewhere on the discount table. So not exactly the highest quality stuff, but that's kind of where it all started. And then yeah, just kind of like evolved kind of over time from there, really. But yeah, I think that's what kind of got me into it, was just watching content creators do it, and then figured I'd try it out myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. So being a Halo fan, right? When did your main focus turn to the Halo YouTube content?
Oh gosh, probably. I mean, probably with Halo Reach is when I first started doing Halo content on YouTube. I had my own like KevinKoolx YouTube channel. I made it in like 2011 when I got, I bought myself for a birthday present. I bought like a Hauppauge HD PVR, which was like the best recorder at the time. And back then, Halo Reach was like the one Halo game to play. So I kind of started doing some Halo content on that. But I kind of mixed it with like some Battlefield, some Call of Duty as well. It wasn't until and then I tried doing like the Master Chief Collection, but obviously that launch wasn't exactly that great, to say the least. And I tried focusing on the Halo content on that, and then just, it was so hard to make content on it that I think I'm still sticking with Battlefield. And then once Halo 5 kind of started rolling around, then I really focused on strictly doing Halo content. So it was probably, I've been doing it previously, but I mainly focused it on Halo 5.
Oh yeah, exactly. So actually moving back, like what inspired you to pick the name KevinKoolx? Was it just a gamer tag? Were you really cool or what?
I mean, if you watch the content, you would know. No, no. This is here. You throw it back even further. Back on the AOL Instant Messenger days, if you ever messed with that back then, back before like Facebook had instant messages, there was AOL Instant Messenger, and that's like throughout high school, middle school, and high school. That's what everyone used, and I never really bothered with it, and because I was never really that social. But they're like, no, we get. So one of my friends, she was like, we gotta make an account so we can like chat with you online. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this. So she kind of sat down the computer, set it all up, and then it got to the part where it goes, okay, what do you want your name to be? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, okay, how about Kevin Kool, with like spell like COOL. Then that was already taken. She was like, how about KevinKoolx with the K? And it worked. And then really honestly, ever since then, I just kind of rolled with it as my like username for things. It's pretty lame, but it's unique enough to where I don't have to like throw in a bunch of like numbers and absurd amount of X's, just one.
Exactly.
But yeah, I can't remember the year that was. I think that must have been like 2000 or 1989, something like that. Around that time frame, that name came around. So quite a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, like, just to throw in a little story from my side, my brother had a gamer tag called Hell XX Hound 23, and that was like tortured to look at too.
Oh, that's such like an early 2000s like gamer tag right there.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next question. Were there any YouTube channels that inspired you or helped you motivate your progression on YouTube?
Yeah, so like I mentioned in the previous question, which kind of was a little bit, I got a little off topic on that one, but I'd say something like the early Call of Duty commentator people like Hutch. I remember watching like Sea Nanners, uh, Thunder, uh, Wings of Redemption even back then. Not anymore though. That guy's super cringe. um, all the first wave of Call of Duty guys that were like doing Modern Warfare 2 content, and that's kind of like what really kind of inspired me to go off and try to do the same thing, but with my own flair to it, obviously, with very minimal success on that, because everyone else is when you try doing the same thing everyone else is doing, you don't really stand out as much, But and I remember like watching campy videos because he was through FaZe, and FaZe was kind of known through Call of Duty at the time. And so I kind of like got me into watching like Halo content videos. There's some other people, oh god, they're all not around anymore, that used to do Halo content as well. But yeah, it's been, I think the first main Halo content person I watched on YouTube like consistently, honestly, it was probably Halo Follower back in the day. Back when he was known as Halo 4 Follower back in like 2011, 2010. And I would watch his content, like news updates and stuff like that. So that was like the first idea, like people actually making like Halo content on YouTube was him. I remember, again, that was back when like you can have your own custom like page layout and everything. You like, you'd hire artists to like make a whole cool background for you. Like you had your own like page, and now it's all unified. But like that, yeah, I think it was like 2011, something like that when I first came across like Halo YouTubers.
Oh, I know exactly. I mean, I had the stuff back in 2012, the cool banners and all that, when you had flames and all that.
Oh yeah. No, tribal tattoo style, like flame looking things on the sides.
Yeah. And then they did the one where you had the sides and then the top header, right? And now it's just headers and that's it. Nah, someone has to start a petition for YouTube to go back to that kind of style, at least for like a year or something.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of what came around with like, it's the reason why Facebook also I think doesn't do what MySpace did as well, because MySpace had like that custom web page, which was cool, but a lot of times people kind of like overdid it a bit with the the extra stylizing of their channel or their page and stuff like that, where it would take 5 minutes to load a MySpace page back in the day. And then that's one thing I actually liked, I remember, about Facebook when I switched over from MySpace to Facebook, because of how unified the experience is. And it was just so much easier to scroll through and find the information that I want or connect with people than MySpace. So I think it's kind of what they were doing maybe with like YouTube, which I can't remember. God, when was it when they decided to go with that unified web page? Like that must have been like 2013, 2012.
It was around 2013, yeah.
Yeah, 2013, 2012, something like that. Yeah. So long time ago. It's crazy.
Years ago, man.
I remember that being like huge. I know. God, I remember that. I remember the community being so mad about that. Like, oh, I miss my individuality and stuff like that. I'm like, well, you still got a banner.
Exactly. You have this little tiny square that you gotta fit all your personality into for some people.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's kind of nice though, because like the uniformity of the webpage, so it does kind of help with like navigation and helping people find the content that you're looking for. Like if I want to find your oldest video, right, I can do that with every channel. Or if I want to find your newest video, it's most likely on your homepage, so I can check that out too there.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, anyways, going back to some questions that we had, we kind of rambled off there about the YouTube page, right? What inspired you to start doing the news videos? Because yeah, you've always been known as the guy that's always passing on the news on what's going on with Halo 5, Halo Infinite, or even Halo Wars.
Have I done Halo Wars? I think maybe like one.
Yeah, I think I've
or two back in the day. But yeah. The reason why I started doing news videos is I kind of like right around like 2014, 2015, mainly actually more like 2016 to be honest. I really kind of took a step back and looked at myself, and I was like, what can I offer to like YouTube? What's something that I can do that would fit my style better, because like I would be uploading like live commentary videos or general commentary videos and stuff like that throughout Halo 5, and just like nobody was watching it, you know. And you know, I'm not that good at the game, you know. Like in Halo 5 I was like, you know, a high tier diamond player, like I was decent, but that's about it. So I can't rely on just having good gameplay to like have people check out the content. I'm not that funny. I can't just like be wacky and funny without being incredibly cringy. I tried that, didn't work out well.
Well, I mean, your acting impression's pretty good, not gonna lie.
And then, well, it's because it's pretty awesome.
I'm not
No, but and so I was like, and then I've always wanted to have like a YouTube channel based on like education in some form or another, especially when it comes to games. Like that's kind of like, that's because that's the stuff I like to watch. Like, see, either stuff that's on discussion or educational wise. I don't really care too much about watching like just straight gameplays or like live commentaries or even like highlight videos and stuff like that. And so that wasn't really in my passion to do that kind of video. And so I figured, since I'm not that good, I'm not that funny, but I can sure as hell talk a lot about it about Halo. So I was like, well, and I wanted to do something that could be searchable as well within like YouTube's, you know, ideas of how people use the platform as well, because YouTube is the second most used search engine on the internet behind Google, which, you know, Google owns YouTube as well. So I was thinking, how can I make content that's searchable that I can do well? And they kind of put me down like news and information. So I do, yeah, mainly like news videos as of recently, especially just because like of how old, you know, these MCC games are and how old Halo 5 is. Like, there's really no room for tip videos anymore. Make them. I mean, like Shyway's killing it. Like, say, if you want true tip videos, go watch Shyway, you know, don't watch me. I'll be like, you can just tell you crouch jump, you know. Not exactly the most detailed stuff. I actually legitimately did that in the video, no joke. But that's a different story. I can teach a very basic level Halo, but if you're doing high level Halo, you definitely gotta go Shyway. But yeah, shout outs to Shyway. But yeah, anyways. So that's kind of how I found myself going down the news and info style. So like, I feel like it just kind of fit me best.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Long-winded answer, but that's kind of how it went down.
All right. Yeah. So another thing that I was gonna ask too was during the times that you and me were making YouTube videos, about 2 years ago, you were also making some Destiny news videos as well. Like, what inspired you to go down the road of Destiny?
I've always liked Destiny. I know it's not like the best game, or it is as good as it can be. You know, there's always room for Destiny to improve, but I've always, like, the moment I started playing Destiny, I liked it. And it's like the gunplay on it, the gameplay of it is just super fun. They've always kind of struggled with maybe like incentives and stuff like that, the kind of external stuff that kind of keep you playing, which they've definitely done ever since like the 4-second update for Destiny 2. It always kind of definitely got me interested in doing the game, because during Halo 5's lifespan, I was just basically, I would be playing Halo 5 on stream, and then like my off-stream game where I just wanted to kind of just casually go in and blow stuff up, I just played Destiny. And so I was playing it enough then that I was like, I could probably keep up and do some like videos. But you know, there was already like some news guys like Dado, Mesa Sean, there's more console, I think, does stuff on them too, and Rick Kakis as well. If you guys have not seen his content. So I kind of was doing like weapon review videos for a while there, and they were doing pretty well, especially for my size of channel. But again, like, I don't have the passion for Destiny as I do for Halo. Like, Halo's like, it's a very near and dear part of my heart, is where Halo sits. It's more, to me, it's more than just like a game. It's like almost a way of life in a way.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, I can't picture a life of Kevin without Halo.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could be like the Call of Duty YouTuber, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, though. There's already a bunch of great content creators on there that are like full-time dudes that, like, you know, are on top of everything as soon as like someone says anything about it, and just like that's real stiff competition for Call of Duty to try to make it in that game, in that field, and I just don't think I'd be able to swim with all those sharks.
You never know what could have happened when your dad picked up the first Xbox and maybe he brought home Call of Duty 3.
True. Could have been that. Wasn't Call of Duty 3 like a terrible game, though?
I think it was more of a gateway to the online community, more or less, right?
Okay. I can't remember. There wasn't like it was like one of the tryout games before World at War, and like everyone reviewed that one as just like, that's the worst Call of Duty ever. And they're like, oh, Infinite Warfare, hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, let's not get started with the controversy of Halo Infinite Warfare. I went into depth with that myself, but yeah, that's for another time. Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That's wow.
Throwbacks,
Halo
yeah.
Infinite,
Whoa, easy there.
Mm-hmm.
Easy there. Okay.
All right. Anyways, let's move on.
One Infinite. Halo Infinite's like trying to bring us back to the roots while pushing the series forward. Infinite Warfare is like, I don't know, COD in space.
Yeah, no.
Though apparently I've heard that the campaign is actually really good for Infinite Warfare. Just the multiplayer is just really bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And come on, everyone plays Call of Duty for the multiplayer.
Oh, I know exactly. Anyways, we'll move on to the next question. No more Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's all about Halo, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We love Halo. Anyways, moving on to the next question. Do you have any YouTube channels that we all don't know about? Obviously, I know you said you had your top clips video, but do you have any other channels that you were a part of as well? If so, what were they?
I think the only other channel I really tried doing something with was a channel called Mass Effect Prime, which I think if I remember correctly, you made a channel called Halo Prime.
Yeah.
Literally like the same week.
Oh my lord.
If I remember correctly. Yeah. And it was like completely just like, you and I were not thinking about making extra channels or anything like together or anything like that. But I wanted to try writing on the Mass Effect hype, because if there was any other game I would be making YouTube content on, it would be Mass Effect. And I've dabbled a little bit. And so I made like 6 videos for that channel or something like that. And I think I just kind of like lost interest just because I was so busy trying to keep up with Halo. And then like by the time I was like, oh, I gotta get back into doing the Mass Effect stuff, but it was like too late. I was like, a month and a half from the last video and stuff like that. And if I'm trying to like stay up to date with everything, they'd be like pointless to keep up with. But yeah, I think I had a couple of videos that did pretty well. Like I did like a lore video about like the Batarians and why they hate the humans and stuff like that. I had some pretty good videos on that channel though. So I was trying to ride the Mass Effect Andromeda hype, and then Mass Effect Andromeda dropped, and it basically killed the franchise. So I was like, all right, there's no need to really keep pressing that one anymore.
Oh, yeah, no,
but that's like that one and your top 5 plays channel. I think the only two I think people wouldn't know of that if they stumbled across a video with 50 views on it, it's probably mine.
All right, sounds good. And, what other channels have you been part of? Like maybe a community-based channel?
Well, you and I both did the Halo Zone channel for like I think I stuck with it for like a year and a half, something like that. Where I was kind of like, I guess what the content director, I guess was the official title. It feels obnoxious to say that title. I'm the content director. It's like, no, I'm just the guy who's like, hey, we got a bunch of stuff happening. Who's gonna make a video on it,
Oh, I know. Telling us what little YouTubers must do.
I think at the time I had like 2K subs. I think at the time, so yeah, it wasn't exactly well known either.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And most of those were just dead subs from Battlefield and Call of Duty. But yeah, the Halo Zone channel was there. It was definitely a learning experience, and I definitely enjoyed my time with it. But I think like nowadays, the way like the YouTube algorithm works, that like community channels are kind of tough to make work, unless you're like a team that's like dedicated to making like a specific type of video. You know what I mean? Like Rocket Sloth, for example. That team that works on that channel does a great job over there. Or if you're doing stuff like single Halo clips where you're just kind of doing culmination clips of from different content creators, that also kind of works as well. But like, because I feel like we're like a bunch of individuals working on one channel kind of thing, and I think that style of format content that we were doing really kind of just fits like just making your own channel and doing it on your own, especially with like the way the YouTube algorithm has changed so much to where you can, anybody can really kind of get a video to pop off really as long as it gets enough traction and talks about the right things at the right time. That's what, at least that's kind of worked for me, at least. Like that's how I've been able to kind of at least get some traction on YouTube. But yeah.
Right, so moving on before we wrap up and move on to Halo Infinite and our topics on there. Is there a certain series that you enjoyed doing on your channel? Like, I know you have a lot of news videos. You had some tips and tricks videos in the past, right? And you just had like a very diverse content when it came to multiple things like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like again, like then I was trying to really figure out exactly what I wanted to do with the channel. And just trying to see like what, just basically just kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, And I still kind of like try to vary up a little bit as well. Just like obviously if there's any new news or anything, that takes priority over everything. But if I have time to maybe like squeeze in like a live commentary about a specific topic or like it was for a while there, I was doing with Halo Reach's release on PC, I was actually doing some map guides there for a while, and I really enjoyed making those videos. But just again, like just weren't really getting a lot of traction. They take a lot of time to make, and then obviously with the way news keeps going around it, it's kind of tough to keep up with it, But I think if that answers the question, I'm like 100% sure if I answered the question properly.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly it, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to the juice. The biggest topic at hand.
Juice.
What is your opinion on what we know so far on Halo Infinite, such as color coding, the whole potential battle royale that people keep tweeting Halo at, and
Right. So I'll start with the armor coatings because that's like actually what we know about the game. I can't get a full opinion on it because we don't have the full story on it. Well, I can give an opinion, but it's not completely informed, I should say, is probably the proper way to say it, because obviously removing the primary and secondary color options for people to choose for themselves sounds like it sucks. It's just gonna be straight up. That sounds bad. Just because I've brought up this analogy previously in some of my videos, talking about how, like, we've all probably made a cookie every once in a while, right? Like, you can make a cookie from scratch. You can get the flour and the sugar and the chocolate chips, and you can throw in the butter and oils and stuff like that. You mix it all together. And when you bake that cookie, you make it. You're like, that's my cookie. I made this thing from scratch. Or you can just do the other way of making cookies by just going to the store and buying some pre-made cookie dough and just throwing it in the oven. Like, you're still making cookies, but did you really make that cookie? You know what I mean? And I feel like you get the less amount of satisfaction by making the pre-made stuff as you would the custom-made stuff. And so that's kind of my opinion on the whole thing, is that like some of these armor coatings do look cool, and it does lend itself to some more unique customization we didn't have previously. But the problem is, to me, is that it's all one preset model, and that's all you get. And you can't really mix and match however you like, besides the armor pieces, which, I mean, could probably change the way the armor looks and stuff, because we've only seen that one Spartan model just kind of standing there. Obviously, just slap on a new skin makes it look way less unique, Again, we don't have the full story, because basically when Unicheck put out that community post, he said, this is our new system. We're taking away the old one, but trust me, the new one's better. But they didn't show us why the new one is better. And that's really where they messed up on that information. But though they wish they probably couldn't exactly reveal everything about the new customization, just because we still don't know that much. I think the only reason why they had to talk about the armor coatings because we're literally spending money on these promotions to get armor coatings that we don't really understand what they're used for in the game. So they put in something out there. So I can imagine having your hands tied while trying to be informative while also vague at the same time. Very tightrope to balance on right there, I'm sure. So I'm not about ready to start flipping tables, but my hands are ready. Like they're underneath. I'm not ready to flip the table yet.
Oh, I know exactly. I know it's a very controversial topic. I mean, we had Red Skull and Hidden Xperia talking about it in their video.
Yeah, and they points I bring up are valid from what we know right now. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, personally, I want to see primary, secondary colors come back as well because, like, recently I was playing around with Halo 4's Spartan models, and I was able to create my Halo 4 Spartan. And I was like, well, what colors do I want to use? I'm like, oh, and then I saw this visor. It was like kind of a blue and green. I'm like, that kind of reminds me of Seahawks. Like, what if I just kind of get the rest of the Spartan to look kind of like Seahawks style because that's my favorite football team. And then I did that. It was cool. I feel like I made that, rather than like, would that be something that they would even be able to do in Halo Infinite, having similar blues and greens? I mean, maybe, but then like you can't advertise it as like your favorite NFL sports team because that's like copyright and stuff like that, It's a whole thing to that. But I just hope we get to know more soon enough. Again, like I said, we don't have the full story on it, so I'm not ready to start flipping tables, but I'm getting ready to flip though. Exactly. But then you're talking about the Battle Royale stuff. I personally think that Halo should have a Battle Royale. I'm pretty firm on that belief as well. I only see benefits coming from it just because I don't care what crazy new game mode Halo Infinite has. Well, I should say I care what crazy new game mode has. What I mean is no matter what crazy new cool game sailing mode that they're going to have for Halo Infinite, which they've had for like, every Halo ever, like why should I buy this game? Because you get this cool mode. That no mode that they make will be as publicized as a Battle Royale. It won't generate as much buzz because Battle Royale is familiar. It's still relatively new when it comes to like the idea of a Battle Royale. I mean, because Fortnite was really the first one to try to actually like get it down right when it comes to doing a BR. Previously, all the loans were just like mods and just like, kind of not the best handling games out there. And Fortnite was the first one to have like big money back in it, felt good, and it worked really well. And then we've seen a bunch of other battle royales come out as well, have their own kind of twist and spin on it. And I think there's still more to be said when it comes to the story of battle royales and what you can do with that. I think Halo has the amazing opportunity to take advantage of that because of the sandbox is already there. Like all the weapons and vehicles, it's all there. All you gotta do is just make a map, randomize some spawns, and that's like minimum. That's what you got, and it's already gonna be pretty good for a battle royale. And then on top of that, with the amazing AI that we have for Halo and the different characters you can fight against, which I think would be cool to have like AI characters within a battle royale, kind of like we had like with Warzone, but like in a battle royale setting, I think would be freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, exactly. Is there anything else that you would think that you want to see from Halo Infinite moving on in the future?
I mean, are you talking about just like something that what I want in the game, or something I just want to see from Halo Infinite?
Let's do both at the same time, because I'm pretty sure there's some things you want to see and some things you want in Halo Infinite.
Mainly the things I want to see is how is the 4v4 multiplayer, because that one is where it's much more detail oriented to how you balance things out and how the gameplay is. Campaign, I'm pretty open to however they want to do it. It sounds like they're going to do kind of like a ODST style campaign where you start with like a small section at the map, and as you explore, you kind of open up more things. So it sounds like it's going to go that kind of route. And yeah, I've enjoyed every Halo campaign. I think every Halo campaign is good. Some better than others, but they're all enjoyable, fun times. I can't say the same thing about the multiplayers, especially for Halo 4. So I definitely want to see how that 4v4 multiplayer plays out. That's from what I want to see from Halo Infinite. something that I want to see in Halo Infinite that I really would like to see come back or something, or something, a feature or something I want to see come in. There's one like a share feature, so you can like share your clips or moments or content you create in the game really easily. Something that you can share within the game, like the file share, but maybe like a little bit easier to use. Or game wise, I would love to see Invasion come back. I did not really play Invasion back in Halo Reach days because I just played like Social Slayer. But playing Invasion when Reach came out on PC, I was hooked. I love Invasion now. It's like it's a shame I can't find any more games on it because it's ranked.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and when you do play with people, it's just like they're 20 times better than you.
Oh yeah, pretty much the only people still playing Invasion are the people that never left Invasion.
Yeah, no, I don't even like playing the playlist that much because of just the amount of people that completely mop the floor with me.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too with Invasion. It can be a little one-sided if you come across a team that knows how to like take advantage of some of the mechanics in the game.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, you're an elite and you have a plasma pistol and a repeater. I don't know what's going to go happen here, but I'm pretty sure the Spartans have a clear advantage.
True, yeah. But then again, generally, well, no, you usually get attackers and defenders have vehicles, but then you have like the enhanced mobility that you have as an elite, and no, I mean, it's not like perfectly balanced, but it's balanced enough to where like you still feel like you have a chance to win.
Oh, yeah. I always say the first objective, once you get past that, that's where the fun begins, right? But if you're stuck in there, then yeah, it's a little bit of a nightmare for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So moving on, what kind of content do you have planned for the future? Is there any big projects that you're working on, thinking of working on, that you want to share?
So projects right now, besides just like, basically doing daily videos, which ever since this pandemic hit, I've been able to do more often because you can't do really anything else. I am planning to do another Christmas song. So I usually try to do that every year. I'm going to hopefully get that out by, I need to get that done by the end of this month. This will be the first week of December or like right after Thanksgiving. I want to have a new Christmas song out. I'm thinking about doing a cover of Blue Christmas by Elvis, but talking about Halo Infinite and how we're not playing it this Christmas. Which I think it's very fitting for what, if you've ever listened to the song, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, and other than that, like I have some other ideas. Like I want to do like 10 types of Halo player kind of video. I want like kind of more. That's more like a in real life kind of video, rather than like strictly just gameplay stuff. I have it written now. I just need to actually just shoot it and edit it, record it, and all that stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I have the ideas written down. And then and I roughly I want to do like a history of Halo up until Halo Infinite. Probably want to save it until like probably like the month before release. Kind of talking more about like the evolution of the gameplay of Halo, not necessarily like the lore history or anything like that, but I want to talk about like how Halo CE changed the game when it came to first-person shooters on console. Then what did Halo 2 change from CE, and where did it improve or decline in, and subsequently like Halo 3 and stuff like that. It's a big project, very intimidating to think about how much time that would take to put into it, and hopefully people will like it. But that one's like that's my million view idea, but I have to do it right, and I've never done a video like that before, which would be pretty tricky, but I don't know. We'll see.
No, I guarantee you, if you put the research, you put the time, you put the effort in there, like I'm going to tell you, I'll probably be one of your first viewers the minute I hear it's coming out. I already have your notifications going off anyways, when it comes to a lot of stuff. Right.
Awesome. Yeah. But like, that's the thing I think too with me. That's like, I always, when I was anything creative, I had to sit down and do it all that right then at that moment. I have just like a really bad issue, which is in creative endeavors in general, of like starting something, then stopping, and then finishing at a later date. Because then I feel like I lose the motivation and inspiration to keep creating that item. Because I make all my Halo videos like literally like the day before, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so by like coming back to it, you mean like that PAX video that you still gotta
Yeah.
edit and get out?
Yeah, exactly. That's just exactly what I'm referring to.
Hmm.
That PAX 2019 vlog where I went to 343 and that I never uploaded it.
We all want to see it. We all want to see the good looks, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what everyone comes for, right?
Yeah.
That's why I put my face in the videos. It's what keeps my viewer retention high.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so moving on to the second last question that I have for you. Do you plan on creating other content aside from Halo in the future?
Besides Halo content, it would have to be something that would kind of spark my interest or make me feel some kind of inspiration to do anything outside of Halo, because I feel like I've just created such a niche on my channel that it's not how am I gonna make this video. It's more about like what will I say about this video in this video kind of thing. If that kind of makes sense. Like I feel like almost like these videos kind of make themselves really, and I just create them kind of thing with this Halo content. When it comes to any other game, I don't know if I could be able to do like carry over the same kind of style of like news and information, as pretty much almost every other game platform on YouTube is already overly saturated. So I don't think it would really get much traction on anything. But other games, I'll probably do some Call of Duty Cold War stuff if something kind of comes up that I feel like I can either talk about or put some analysis on it, or something. I don't think I'll really try to do like keep up with the news and information, because there's already plenty of guys I watch for that stuff already that do a great job on it. Honestly, I don't think I could compete with those guys, but because you got guys with like million+ subscriber channels doing news and information stuff.
Nah, but they
so
don't
I guess
it's like you, man.
Oh, that's my ace in my ace in the pocket right there, right?
All right.
But actually, also, if they do announce it, I mean, Mass Effect Remastered, then you might start to see some content from me about Mass Effect Remastered. There's been just rumors everywhere, just little rumors here and there poking up, and then rumor has it that N7 day is going to be, November 7th, and they might announce the remastering. But everything's been a rumor since the summer about Mass Effect Remaster. So I don't know. That'd be another game I would do content on for sure.
Exactly. Anyways, moving on to the biggest last question that I've been hinting on for the last 5 minutes now. And you know what it is. We all are waiting for it. How did you obtain and maintain your good looks? You're showing me the picture, and yes, some pretty luscious hair in the past. That's coming up right now on the screen. And damn, it's glow up from right there, right?
That is definitely a glow up right there. That's me circa 2006. There's a reason why that look only maintained in 2006. But my current routine, like I said, to kind of maintain the looks, because I'm not exactly a spring chicken. I'm 33 years old. I'm a little older than some of the other content creators out there, but you got to moisturize. You got blow dry the hair, put a little product in there as well. Got to make sure all the the part lines up right, and you got to make sure the cut looks good and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't cut
yoga in the morning,
I was working out for a while there, and then I had to get some stitches, and then I haven't been able to work out for a while without fearing of tearing those. So now and then it came right before Halloween, so now I've just been sitting around just eating just leftover Halloween food, candy, and just
the progression is
sitting at home, just watching YouTube videos, working and creating YouTube videos, and I'm sitting at my computer for 12 hours a day. It's terrible.
It's a grind. That's what it is. Everyone's getting there, getting the Thanksgiving bellies ready. Right?
It's that belly grind.
Save it for New Year's when the resolution comes, right?
Right, exactly. But yeah, that's you gotta maintain. You gotta maintain the looks. So that's kind of how my process generally. I haven't cut my hair in a long time. last time I cut my hair was like July, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a hot minute. I'm at that point now. I'm at that point now with my hair length. I'm either lazy or I'm growing it out, and it's hard to tell.
Yeah, nope. I'm feeling it too a little bit. Yeah, my last cut was August too, and it's a little bushy, but
my last haircut from an actual person was back in February before I went to Anaheim for DreamHack.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I've just been cutting my own hair. It's actually not that hard. I watched a few YouTube tutorial videos. I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Oh, was it like one of those things during lockdown? People needed haircuts, so
yeah,
the videos, right?
Yeah, I was watching the videos and I was like, oh, actually, that's not too bad. Yeah, I did. It shows an easy cut, like an undercut. That's easy to do on your own.
Oh yeah, no, lockdown. I grew the hair. I waited until it's just like barbershops open. All right, I'm there day one.
Right, yeah.
But that's just me. Like, I can't stand long hair. I was tempted. I took a buzzer to the head. I was about to take it, and then that's it.
Hands shaking, just like staring at it. You're like, come on, man, just do it, man. You gotta get it's your hair. The hair's on the ears, man. You gotta take it off.
Yeah. The notification on the phone pops up from the government of Canada, where I live. Lockdown procedures opening up next Monday, and then that's when I drop to the floor, and I'm
blood pressure drops 10 points.
Yeah,
like, oh,
exactly. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap it up here, man. This is a pretty nice interview, honestly. So, thank you for joining me on this YouTuber interview, Kevin. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience watching?
Subscribe to DividableHalo. He's gonna be doing more of these videos. So if you like this kind of video, you probably should subscribe to get like the next one. And if you hit the bell, then YouTube actually works and it lets you know that they actually uploaded the video.
Oh yeah, no.
So that's kind of cool too. Yeah, I appreciate everyone sticking through this long. I'm sure this is gonna be a long video. I always end up talking too much.
No,
You gave me talking about Halo, kind of like my part-time job, so I can go on about it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, anyways, Kevin's channel will be linked down in the description for anyone that is subscribed to my channel and enjoys the interview series from the past. Without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Goodbye.